Hello, it's our delight to bring you another edition of BOI Impact. I am Sheung Olagunju. Tonight's program features the progress report of the Kaduna State Startup and Entrepreneurship Program, Kadstep. Remember Kadstep? Well, some time ago on the program, we brought you the MOU on the tripartite partnership between the Bank of Industry, the Kaduna Business School, and the Kaduna State Government on entrepreneurship development in that state. We also brought you the graduation and check presentation to the participants of the program. Now, the main objective of Kadstep is to create 3,500 new businesses across the 23 local governments, build capacity for entrepreneurial management among the youth, 100% utilization of funds with the Bank of Industry and other similar funds, as well as the creation of a minimum of 20,000 jobs. The Kaduna Startup and Entrepreneurship Program, Kadstep, was created by the Kaduna State Government in collaboration with the Kaduna Business School and the Bank of Industry. It is aimed at creating new sets of young entrepreneurs that will create jobs through the establishment of enterprises and generate employments for the youth, as well as create wealth for the state and Nigeria as a whole. During the graduation ceremony of the first intakes and induction of the second batch of trainees, Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai reiterated the importance of Kadstep.
The Kaduna State Government conceived Kadstep to empower aspiring entrepreneurs to be able to access the various intervention funds that are available to support micro and small businesses. We found willing partners in the Kaduna Business School, which agreed to design an appropriate curriculum and prepare trainees to produce business plans that can be funded by the Bank of Industry. Our government noticed when we came into office that the 1 billion naira intervention fund we had with the Bank of Industry was not being disbursed because the bank did not consider most of the applications it received as viable. On our part, we did not want any potential entrepreneur to treat these funds as unaccountable patronage, share of the national cake, or as free funds to feed an unsustainable entitlement mentality. We decided, therefore, that it was best to create a platform for the willing youth to acquire the necessary business skills. And we're lucky, as I said, to find willing partners in Kaduna Business School and the Bank of Industry.
Before I got to KBS, Kaduna Business School, I think I don't have any idea about accounting and some of the courses that we're opportune to have. So I really want to thank the government and Bank of Industry for that opportunity. At first too, I said maybe it's about the loan or the certificates, but it was really a turnaround for me.
I'm not from Kaduna State, I'm not from Kaduna Metropolis, I'm from Kafanchan. And I was just optimistic that Ibuku means blessing, is going to bring blessing to me, that I'm going to be part of it.
Welcome back. Those highlights from the Kadstep graduation and check presentation to beneficiaries were to set the background. Now we will bring you the progress being made in the collaboration between the Bank of Industry and the Kaduna State Government with a one-on-one interview with the Coordinator, Business Development Services Programs of the Kaduna Business School, Mr. Abdullahi Bibi, and features on the success stories from some of the Kadstep beneficiaries. Mr. Abdullahi Bibi, the Coordinator, Business Development Services Programs of the Kaduna Business School, spoke on Kadstep, how the loan can be accessed, achievements of the program, and some of the challenges.
Kadstep is Kaduna State Startup Entrepreneurial Program. It's an intervention, a tripartite arrangement between Kaduna Business School, Kaduna State Government, and the Bank of Industry. It's a 12-week course where participants sit in and they take training on entrepreneurship programs. At the end of the training session, they write a business plan, and when they pass, they now pass the criteria to access a fund. What the program hopes to achieve is that we want modern entrepreneurs to be enlightened. Due to the failure rate of businesses, we want to equip them with the ability to run a business in a competitive manner. We want them to know how to keep their records, market their businesses, and understand the risks, the general industry risks. So the program will run, it's basically a weekend program, and it's run in 3 phases. One phase is the lecture itself, whereby the functional areas of the course, the professional areas of the course are lectured in class. The second phase is mentorship, where businessmen come in and advise them on realities of business. And the third place is where they go in and actually sit in and see how organizations are run, in terms of how records are kept and how entrepreneurs run their businesses in terms of the operation. So we combine these 3 aspects into one to make it very practical and hands-on. So the first step is to meet the criteria. Among the criteria is that you must pass the examination. 1, you must reach at least 50%, and you must be able to write a business plan. Then you must also provide 5% equity. 5% equity is a kind of skin in the game. It's a kind of insurance. Anybody who is going to access funds should understand that he himself or herself should be able to come up with his own equity. We don't look at age, so to speak, because in Nigeria, there's no benchmark for youth. You may call a 45-year-old youth, 50-year-old youth, even a 24-year-old youth. But what we look at is the minimum criteria. The minimum criteria is that you need to have at least a diploma, a national diploma. No, you don't need to be an indigent. What is more important to us is that your business is registered in Kaduna State, or you're a resident of Kaduna State. It's open to all nationals of Nigeria. We are expected to train a maximum of 500 per batch. But the moment you open the portal, within a matter of 3 weeks, our servers are overwhelmed with applications. They try to put us under pressure to accept more than 500, but we simply cannot do it because of the quality of the delivery. So we won't do more than 500. So anybody that doesn't meet the requirements on time has to wait for the next batch. So that is just to show you the level of interest from participants. Since 2016, when the program started, it has attracted a lot of interest and a lot of attention within Kaduna State, within Nigeria, and all over. International development agencies got to know about the success rate of the program, and they've sent their people to come and learn more about it. Many local organizations, too, have also come to see whether they can benefit from the resources of the program, to see how they can align their own offerings with that the program offers. And also, other state governments have also come to meet with us to see how they can outrightly replicate the project and make sure that their own states benefit too. There are many ways to assess the project. It's an intervention project, and intervention projects wants to empower those that pass through that's the ultimate goal. But in terms of what we are doing and how to evaluate ourselves, I want to commend the state government for its commitment to bring the program to life. I also want to commend the Bank of Industry, because they've been very, very supportive in terms of sending their people here to educate them on how to access the loan, and also to ensure that the loans are being accessed as quickly as they can. From our part, I think we've done very well. We have a very rigorous team of instructors who do their best to go outside curriculum to make sure that they educate the students as much as they can. The major challenge in the Kadstep program is youth participants always expect that whenever they pass through an exercise like this, they are able to access their funds as quickly as possible. Because when they're able to get hold of their equity, it's already very challenging to get hold of the equity. So when you get hold of the equity, you now expect that your money comes in as quickly as it's supposed to. But we now see challenges whereby for one reason or the other, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, we are still asking questions. Why is it that these funds cannot just be accessed? So while we at the technical side understand the challenges, it's very difficult to convince participants that these are the real problems on the ground. That's why we are trying to open the communication channels as much as we can with the Bank of Industry and the state government so that we continue to review the procedures and the guidelines to see how we can fast track the accessing of the funds. Basically, that's where the challenge is.
Our crew visited Kaduna to bring you firsthand the progress being made by the beneficiaries of Kadstep. We decided to share their success stories to show it works and encourage others to key into the program. Our first stop was at Agbano Ventures, owned by a young entrepreneur, Simon Jeremiah. He does embroidery and monogram designs. He spoke about his experience and benefits of the program.
My business has been great. I did embroidery, at the same time sewing, supply clothing materials, and we sell. I started from Kaduna Business School. So I did a course in entrepreneurship. Yes, yeah, one of the beneficiaries there. And there's an entrepreneurship there. I did my entrepreneurship there. So after that, I submitted all my documents before I processed the law. From the very first time, it was somehow tough, but when I get to know more about them, it went easy. Compared to other financial institutions, their distance is always high, their percentage is always high. But in terms of BOI, in fact, even the way they treat their customers, in fact, that is what made me to go for BOI. I bought many equipments. This is one of the equipment, and some of these ones, and even these ones that I bought is part of those things.
He also advised entrepreneurs to access BOI funds.
Like in terms of banks now, it is very, very difficult for you to get a loan from banks. But if you see area like Bank of Industry, their own is very, very easy to access, and their percentage is affordable. So that is my advice to my fellow listeners. They should go to Bank of Industry, kind of either as a starter or as an expansion to expand their business. Thank you to Bank of Industry because they make me somebody, even in my society, in my environment, and in my business. As you can see, I'm doing great. There is no problem, there is no issue about it, and I believe there will be no issue. So I'm looking forward to a kind of having a bigger one.
We also visited Just Quilts, makers of luxury duvets, shoes, clothing, and accessories. It is owned by Hawa Kachu. In our interactions, Hawa told us about her business, the Kadstep training, and how she accessed the loan.
We are local manufacturers of broadly made in Nigerian luxury duvet suits. It's a kind of duvet that you get that has a feel of a foreign thing, because the whole aim of how it came about is to have a product that can compete with the likes of it in the international market. People that are class, sensitive, want to get things that look very two-ish, whatever, I am one of them. So, and I realized that if I could go get this out there, why can't we make something like that here? I mean, I have the creative instincts, I have the ability, I'm that creative to do something. I can design things, and whatever I put my mind to, I realize that when I do it, people always wow at it. That's how it all came into being. I decided to copy something that I had bought, outside the country, and possibly make it better than what the other one I got with locally sourced materials. And since then, and the story has been, and I have no regrets. I launched Just Quilts as a brand name, as a fashion brand name. With it gave birth to a line of genuine leather male and female shoes, slip-ons. Afterwards, we launched a line of ready-to-wear, trendy and modest female clothes, which was on the runway at the last Tozali African Fashion and Cultural Show. It's a program that got international coverage and all, So with that, and we hope with time we're still going to have lots of products that we're going to launch under the name Just Quilts. We look forward to Just Quilts becoming like a Chanel or Dior in one of these days. I mean, they all started somewhere. A friend just forwarded the link to me, and I'm someone that is just inquisitive, that whatever when I see, I always want to see it to the end, open something and see what it is. Let me even know if it's something that will interest me or not, you know. And most of their requirements were basic. They didn't make it so difficult. I mean, anybody could access it. So I just forwarded an application, and a couple of months later, you know, I got another mail, and that was how it started. It was a 12 weeks training. It was quite interesting because the director is somewhere that it's quite disciplined and has a real deal of respect for time, you know. It was like being in school once again. You know, you have to be there 8, it was in 3. Every day it was in 3 sections. We have the pre-breakfast section from 8, we come out for breakfast. We have the lunch section, we have the evening section, all intrinsic, intensive educational courses. And to owe it to them, they brought in minds, you know, intellectuals that knew what they were really taking. You know, in a 30 minutes to 45 minutes class, you will have your psyche all changed about something, whatever it is that the person is talking about. You know, at the end of this class, you know that you have gained something, you have improved more, your mindset has been channeled towards an upgraded, you know, form of thinking as an entrepreneur. You know, I had been doing this duvet just as a hobby. I never knew it was something that I could turn to a business until I met a lady that does low-cost bean, you know, an old lady. I mean, she came there because she believed in herself and what she was doing. She believed it was a business that she could take to the next level. So I was asking myself, how, if this woman can come here and she does dawa and you do this, I mean, why are you having doubts, you know? And it's an arena, like a class that you have. If you think you are into interior, somebody is into marketing, has skills in marketing that could help complement your business. Somebody is into website design. So, you know, we just came in as a family, and that could help each other in our businesses, you know, then to fashion it out and add to what we are learning. Before we left, you know, we realized that lots of our businesses were dependent on this one. You can do something to help my business. I can do 1 or 2 things to help your own business.
She also spoke about how the loan has impacted her business.
To tell you the truth, I believe if you have a mindset and you have a goal and you are relentless in pursuing it, I think it was pretty easy. And I was fortunate to have been linked with, you know, Bank of Industry staffs that, you know, that are down to earth. You know, they listen to you, understand your business needs, you know, help you fine-tune your application. This is what you're going to say, this is how you're going to go about it, you know. Why not do this way, why not do it that way? I mean, this is going to favor you the more, like that. And it was a pretty easy process for me. It has, without the funds, I wouldn't have started, honestly, because, you know, I had little fund that I do want to do. The moment, you know, I get paid for it, because I probably have another order on ground, so there's no reason of even removing your profit, or you are looking for more to just make 2 more thereabout. But with the funds I got, I was able to, you know, pay for this place, you know, produce a lot more for my opening at an instant, you know, because without the fund, that was the first time that I had up to like 25 pieces of the duvet at a time, you know, like that.
On her expansion plans, she has this to say.
I plan on trying to get a bigger workroom. You know, right now I have a machine here where the conditions, the lights and whatever lease is favorable. I have another machine there where somebody else is working. So I look forward to having a steady place. I put all my workers in one place, you know, people producing my ready-to-wear gowns are here, the duvet makers are here. Probably some of the machines for the shoes.
She advised the youth on how to become successful entrepreneurs.
You know, it's starts about the mindset and believe in yourself. Be honest in whatever you're doing. You know, if with that honesty gives you courage and the brevity you need to approach whichever organization, you know, approach whichever person you think can help you. You know, if I have a goal, I know it becomes like how would I say, a thorn in my flesh. You know, it keeps, you know, biting me until I'm able to do what I really want to do. That's how it's always worked for me. You know, the moment I sent my mind to this, I kept pursuing, you know. There's no week that I don't go into that office to see Aisha, my account officer, then, you know, what's happening, what's latest, you know, did they want something from me? You know, at times I will bump in and maybe a mail was sent and she was trying to meet me, but I'm not the only one. I mean, she has so many things on her plate. But when I come in, she's forced to listen to me and give my own proposal preference because I'm also pursuing it, because I've made how I understand that, aside from that, there's nothing else that is keeping me, So believe in yourself and pursue your goals to the fullest, to the last. Whenever there's a door and you feel there's an inkling of a chance that you could get something, don't be afraid to go through it.
With the success stories recorded from Kadstep so far, the tripartite relationship is expected to fast-track the development of enterprises across all sectors of the Kaduna State economy, as well as creating jobs for the youth in the state. In subsequent editions of the program, we will bring you more success stories from the Kadstep beneficiaries and indeed the Bank of Industry MSME Development Fund's beneficiaries. And that's it on this week's edition of BOI Impact. Do join us next week as we bring you other developmental steps taken by the bank in ensuring jobs creation for our youths through creative ways of transforming Nigeria's industrial sector. I am Sheung Olagunju. Thanks for watching.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative.
The BOI online loan application portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search the keyword Bank of Industry and download your mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.